buy a little cheap one. String of these lights, so I can undo what I did, keep going around that way.
Yeah.
To go around the screen house and over to the grilling station. This is Tammy's suggestion. That's another picture I took. She's like, "Oh my God, that's awesome! You guys put the lights up." I had nothing better to do, and I remembered we had the extension cord.
Yeah.
And the lights. So I had the 100-foot. Okay. Take the chicken out of the freezer.
Yeah.
Put it in the fridge tonight. And tomorrow morning when we get up, we'll put it in the sink, let it defrost. We can do the chicken and the coleslaw tomorrow. Do the chicken on the grill.
Yep.
And we got that coleslaw stuff. She says she'll be here by dinner tomorrow. And then she's got to leave around 11, 12 o'clock Sunday. Because it's, it's Amanda's birthday and all that.
Ah, yes.
Do we need anything else?
I don't think so.
No, we got barbecue chicken and coleslaw.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yep.
We don't need anything for breakfast. We got bacon and eggs. What are we gonna go to Walmart for tomorrow? We always make another trip.
I know. It's we always make a Walmart.
We didn't
trip.
stop on the way in today. So.
Yeah.
What?
We can figure out a way to. We'll get some of that friggin'. Actually, I think I got it in my bag. Some of that rope, and we'll take this little jackery and tie it up to the bottom of the thing so we can keep the phone and everything charged while we're using it.
Excuse me? Can't think of anything else.
No. What?
Yeah, make a list for all that.
Oh, okay. surprised they put the fire ring so close to a fucking pine tree.
You know? Why they didn't have it, I don't know, further back in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my question when we came. I didn't really notice it when we came by that day when we were like, oh, hey, let's pick this one.
Yeah.
When we look at all the different sites. But then, when we came, I didn't even notice it really when we came and dropped the camper. It wasn't until, what, that day we came down for a couple of, when we came down for what, like an hour and a half or something to open it up.
Yeah.
Well, to bring all our shit down. The mattresses and all that stuff.
The whole truckload of stuff.
Yes. Yeah, when we did that. See, I thought it was more over here. For some reason, my mind always, I thought it was over here. I mean, we can move it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can put it closer that way. I think it's fine right here.
Yep.
It's already dug out right here.
I don't know why you wanted to put the lights up.
So I can see what the fuck I was doing.
Now all you can see literally is the fire. That's it.
Yeah, it's not sucking in that cold movement. Yeah. Fire. I forget what point in the morning it was. Joe walked by. He's like, "Why is your brother so irritable all the time?" I said, "Don't stop pissing him off, and he won't be irritable." Don't be an idiot.
I'm at work. What am I supposed to be, fucking chipper?
Well, what was that thing that Freddie was saying to you? Something about you getting mad or something?
Yeah, I get upset at the stupid shit.
Yeah, no, we all do that. Sorry, you got me in trouble.
Why?
When you remember when I went and got you? Said, hey, watch the screen. I'm gonna go upstairs and check the. I was having that issue where it took too much air in.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you did it on purpose or what, but you said it was going to flush, and then you sent it to the Witty, even though it wasn't good yet. And that's when Freddie came over, and apparently he caught that because he went to me and he was like, "Hey, when you go to, if you have an issue, you go right to the box. Don't keep running it at the prime." I said, "I know it was already going to flush."
Yeah.
I had Tim come watch the screen, and I ran upstairs.
And I checked it before I went back.
And if it was fine, then that's whatever.
Yeah, it was looking fine.
I don't know. He came over to me. He was like, "No, you got to keep it going to thing until we get it cleared." I was like, "Okay." And then Jared came out and did a sample, doing his usual
Yeah.
walk. And I said, "Hey, can you do me a favor and just do a color test on that?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" Like I had an issue. I took in air on the subton upstairs, and I had to go to flush, and I just want to make sure it's right. Like he went in there. 3 minutes later, he came out. I was like, "You're all good."
don't know if I'd be able to handle a life like this. Friggin' traveling, sitting by a campfire.
I need more at some point. I think I would get bored with this day in and day out. Honestly.
Oh, we would go do some interesting stuff every once in a while, but
Yeah, I would need something to do.
we're just sitting by the campfire every night.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. You know, but like we used to do, just sit around the fucking campsite all day. No,
Oh no, we'd go out and do shit.
we go out and do something.
Well, that's the whole thing. We're gonna be going to different places, so we want to experience different
Yeah,
places.
true. Yeah, well, I definitely want to go out and do some stuff. My ADHD will not survive.
We'll get a big rack set up. Not a rack, but like a big expanded metal box put on the back of here, so we can store all our friggin' firewood.
Yeah. Well, if we do the KOA thing, whatever that is, and we go from KOA to KOA, why not? We get free firewood now. No, we'll get a little thing off the back of it. We put a couple of e-bikes in there.
Oh, I'm definitely getting that.
I was thinking about getting one, but the one that Joe has is like $2,000. I'm like, yeah, I'm not wasting it.
The whole TP thing doesn't work.
No, you do a lot. Cat. size of my fucking hand. It was flying around near your bed, and I went like that, and fucking flew up on the screen and landed on the screen. I was like, "Okay, pal, fuck, fuck." It was huge. Then there was one a little smaller that hanging right next to my bed, hanging off the ceiling, just chilling. Squished the fuck out of him. They got roll plates around their campsite. They got roll plates around their campsite. I think there's one up there that has them. What happened? Let's go just walking down that way. Just walking to the party. Hey, what's up, guys?
RT time. Little air compressor. No, all we need is a friggin' little blower.
Oh, that's what the fireplace poker thing comes with.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The poker itself is a long, like,
You can stick it in there and go.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we can do it the wrong way, and the panel will go hot, hot.
While we're there, we'll see if they have like a little mini electric leaf blower.
You need one of them bed air compressors.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one at the house.
Yeah, run an extension cord all the way out here just to start a fire.
They probably got them that are. Why can't you use one of those, like the pump ones? Not the bicycle pump ones, but like the balloon pump ones? No. That's right, I forgot. You're 10, you don't like manual, right? Yeah, that was when Joe was adamant that I train him how to do pack out on line 3. And the dryer was only at like 2,200. And he's like, "Oh, let's drop the dryer over to the pack out so we can start packing it out." I said, "That's not how it works. You let the dryer fill up, and then you start dropping it.
Mm-hmm.
If you run that dryer down to nothing, it's gonna back the line up. You don't want to do that. You don't want to pick that mess up."
The only one it won't do that to is line 4.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I haven't seen that one back up.
No. The only time that one backs up is if something is wrong.
See, I'm surprised they don't have a. I mean, they could have it at one of the other facilities, but at ours, you know, if you have the 2 dryers per line, where there's not a safety where if one dryer fills up and then the pack out fills up, or the dryer goes empty or something, it automatically switches to the next dryer.
You can't do that.
You would never have to do that anyway.
There's a couple jobs on line 1 that run 2 dryers. Like you run from the line to one dryer. When that dryer fills up, it transfers to another dryer. When that fills up, it transfers to the pack out.
Oh,
Peroxide grades.
oh, fuck that. I'm good. Why do you have to dry it? Why do you have to run 2 dryers on it?
I don't know. That's just
You
how
just
it's,
do what you're told, and that's it.
That's what the paperwork says to do, so that's what we do.
At least I got Freddie I can ask questions to.
That, I think it's just that the material needs to be as dry as possible.
Oh, Joe keeps asking me, he's like, how do you like training with Freddie? At least Freddie knows what the fuck he's doing. No, in all honesty, I actually really like the way he trains. Explains it 2 or 3 times, and then the next time that problem arises, or if we have to do something, he hands me the paperwork. So say like when we're doing a changeover, doing a push button changeover.
No.
He showed me twice how to do that. This morning, not this morning, last shift. Wednesday, Thursday morning at midnight when we did a changeover.
Yeah.
He actually stood over there with me and he was like, all right, go through the process. And I sat there and I went to the recipes and sent it to line 1 and did that, and then he had me do the totalizer, and I figured that I did that part with the paperwork, wrote it all down, cleared the totalizer, and we started running out that run.
Yep.
He did tell me at first, he's like, if you have any questions, ask. I was like, well, I'm gonna have questions. Like my dumb ass. You know, you have that sheet on the front that we fill out with the readings sheet?
Yep.
I asked him, I said, where do you get all that information? You know, he's writing down like 250, line 250.
Oh, yeah.
And 456 down to this is 456. And then he actually showed me the paperwork. I think it's the 3rd sheet.
For the
it says like
zones.
T1 through T10.
Yeah.
All that. Why does it give us T19 if there's no 19 slot on the paperwork? I noticed that this morning. I was making out the reading sheet for the next run. I'm glad I don't have to do that one. Fuck. 41,000 kilogram run, but it's got the 9180 Septon on it. Yeah.
Well, 91, that's the dusty.
That's the powder.
Yeah, so that one's not bad.
Yeah, but that's still...
That one you can run downstairs.
No. Last time I did it, we did it upstairs. When I ran it.
If you can find a good pipe to run it through, you can run it downstairs.
Well, I don't know why I can't take that wand downstairs and try running it down there.
Like I said, you gotta find a pipe that works.
Yeah.
One of the transfer pipes to go upstairs.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find one of those that works.
Yeah, the tilt table pipes. Because I remember, yeah, that was the one that we were going to set up for it. And he told me to go grab Septon. So I think I grabbed 2 at once, backed it all the way over there. We were going to set up downstairs, and I was like, wow, last time Tim did this, we had to set it up upstairs. So we automatically, he's like, all right, put it on the fucking thing, we'll set it up upstairs.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fight. Like I said, the last 1 or 2 times I saw you running it over there.
I had to put it upstairs because it had a problem.
And then, like I said, Joe came over at some point this morning, and he was like, well, I don't want to go out. We'll grab another box, and we'll set one up down here and see if we can get it to work. That never happened. I don't know if he said he was gonna go to Freddie and tell him.
No. And that Septon you were using was oily Septon.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have worked downstairs.
Septon in general sucks.
Yes, it does.
I hate having to run that. Do all three lines run that? Or is
Yeah.
it only line one? Line one.
Nope. We have grades on all three lines, so it'll run that.
I've noticed the grades transfer from line to line. Obviously, mine is just it's N pretty naturally.
Yes.
Of course, you know, with you running it and I was doing the back out, I was like, oh, line one's like the easiest one to do.
No.
It's the hardest thing.
Yes.
Because there's so many different fucking color variations.
And there's grades that you have to keep an eye on. Like I said, you got to keep an eye on like 5 different things.
I haven't done that yet. The one we did last night and this morning was the hardest one I've done so far. With the poly downstairs and the oil up upstairs. Yeah, no, I've seen the ones that you've done where you have both tilt tables downstairs working, tilt table upstairs working. I think the only thing I gotta work on is my rework. Being able to figure that out. Because I'll sit there with like a little bit left in the box and I start freaking out. And then I go to Freddie and he's just like, it's okay. Okay. He's like, wait about 10 minutes, turn the number down, the percentage down.
Yep.
Because I thought you have to run, like it's an adamant, you have to run rework through the machine.
No. It depends on the job. Some of the jobs we will run the rework to keep the melt temp down. Some of the jobs that you can run no rework and everything runs fine.
Yeah, he said that if it's toward like the last hour and a half, if you run out of rework, it's not gonna.
No, it's gonna blend.
Yeah, because
be fine.
I keep forgetting that there's the hoppers on top of the feeders upstairs. I always forget about that. I think it's just going right up the tube, right into the fucking extruder.
Yeah, I know.
I keep forgetting that there's the hopper upstairs that fills up.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, look, I can run a line without it crashing. Joking. That night was the look on Freddie's face. Me and him were out back loading up rubber. And I finally figured it out actually this morning. Because I had grabbed rubber Wednesday night for the run I was doing. It was the fuck was it? What's the K one?
Keltian?
Keltian, yeah.
What was that?
Every time I've grabbed it, it was the 715. The
item number.
Item number? No. For some reason I had to grab the other one. It was 728 or 528 or something.
Yeah, you gotta go by what the
Yeah,
paperwork
I
says.
didn't. That never dawned on me. I thought it was if it was 5469, you could just run whatever. I didn't realize that it depended on the item number.
No, that's the way with all of them.
Well, now I know that. I didn't know that because I grabbed five or six crates of the other one, the 715s.
Oh.
And went back out because I had two brand new ones on that Freddie had already given me on the line. So I went back down to do all my shit. And I came back and he was putting those ones away and bringing the other ones over. And I was like, what? Is it the wrong ones? He's like, yeah, you need these ones. Or was it? No, it was metal crates. Do we have a 715 on the metal crates
I
too?
have no idea.
Oh, yeah, you don't pay attention.
I have no. I just look at when I do the paperwork and I gotta get rubber. I look at the item number and then I go grab what I need.
Oh. Whatever it was, I grabbed the wrong item number. It was the right rubber, but it was the wrong item number.
Yeah.
And then I realized that looking at the paperwork, it gives you the item number of what one you're supposed to use.
Yeah. See, we never worried about that before.
Yeah, so I could have gotten, as long as it was a 5469 Keltan.
If you couldn't find that item number, you could have used that.
Yeah,
yes.
but yeah. I was going into something with that. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, no, we were loading up the rubber, and then we walked back. It was when you went up to do your CBTs. For that 15-minute time you were gone when he fucking ran out. He ran out of rubber and blew up the line.
Yeah.
Fucking Freddie had a shooting grin on his face when we walked back on that one. I just love it when he looks at you and you go, he can't do fucking nothing. Nope. He can't do a fucking thing.
Nope.
I love it. Fucking supervisor. Holy fucking lights. Tim, I think I found the GoPro.
Not enough lights on it.
Fucking brighter now, dude. You can have your line back if you want. I'll go do the other one. That was what Joe said the other day. He's like, if you're overwhelmed, I'll put Tim back on 1 and put you on 4. No, I'm good, thank you.
Doesn't matter to me which one I'm on.
No, but it's a personal thing for me. If I can overcome being able to run what they say is the hardest line out of the 3,
Yeah.
then myself I feel better.
Yeah. Like I said, if you can manage running line 1, you can run the other 2 no problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to let me get, because they all operate basically the same. It's just line 1 has more feeders to worry about. How did you run out of poly this morning? Is that a silo thing or no?
No, it was the, I don't know if you've ever pulled apart a feeder before upstairs.
Just a rubber one.
But it's got the, like feeder 1 through 4. It's just got the cone that feeds the poly to the center.
Yeah.
And then it's literally just got like a wheel with little dimples in it.
Okay.
And it just picks up the poly and just spits it out down the bottom. But sometimes what happened with me is it was running, but the poly wasn't going in.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so it was just a clogged feeder issue?
But I don't know what clogged it because we pulled it apart and everything worked fine.
Yeah, no, yeah. I saw you guys dump the vacuum and bring it over there.
Yeah. But sometimes what'll happen is we'll get what we call angel hair, and it'll be just little tiny strands of poly, and they'll friggin' go down the bottom of the funnel, and they'll clog it up so none of the poly can get in there.
Yeah, it'll basically make a ball.
Yeah.
A barrier.
That's what we thought we had, so I went upstairs and I friggin' emptied it out. But nothing was in there.
Oh, that's why you took that scrap box over there. I was trying to figure out why you brought that over there.
Yeah, I brought that over so I could empty the vacuum.
Get the basics of it down. The only thing I don't know, and he hasn't shown me yet, is if I have a problem, how to shut the line down.
That's easy.
Well, I noticed, so you pull up the pelletizer, you go to stage 1 or stage 2?
Nope. You go to you transfer to the box.
Yeah.
Shut the vacuum off.
Oh, shut the vacuum pot off?
Yep.
Okay.
Shut the vacuum off, and then on the big main feeder panel where it says the rate that you're running.
Yeah. When you hit stop.
Usually you'll just hit stop. That'll go down to 0, and you just watch the box. When the material stops coming out of the thing, you just go to the motor and you just start going down on the number. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, he hasn't shown me how to do that. Starting a line, doing a push button changeover, I can do that. I haven't had to do a full changeover yet, like cleaning and all that.
Yeah, but we don't do much cleaning anymore.
No, there was one.
It's literally just quick blow down on the wheelie, and that's it.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that part, but I forgot what day it was. I think it was last week. We went in and Josiah was like, "Yeah, get ready for the changeover. You got to do a complete blowdown, complete cleaning of the feeders or whatever, and then you guys can start up or whatever." And fuck, Freddie didn't do that. He just started it right up. Well, we verified everything. I think we were running Septon on that one upstairs. Yeah, that was the night that he wanted to run it downstairs, and I was like, no, we have to run it upstairs because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that night because we just set all that up and then started the run. And then we ended up making 2 boxes of rework. And I realized I don't have a flush box. Throughout the night, just 2 rework boxes. Although, what did Freddie say? If we do a job where we have to add poly or Septon or whatever else, then we have to flush in the beginning.
Yeah, you would just, the furthest box away would be your rework box, and then your
Yeah, I know, you have the RF on the thing.
Flush.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just bring a flush box over, run it into flush, and then transfer it to rework.
And put
Pull
a
that
fresh box over
box
there.
out and put a fresh box in.
Yeah, but I basically run with 2 rework boxes on there.
Yeah.
Again, I gotta learn. I sit there and freak out like, oh, I'm running out of rework. And Freddie goes, you're fine. Turn the number down. Or if I put a fresh box over there for some reason, like if I have an issue and I have to run it back to rework or the flush, either one,
Yeah.
and I fill that up and then we have to go back to the other one, then I turn the rework up on the control. I gotta learn his hand signals. Some of them I know now. Some of them I don't. It's like learning Dave's fucking hand signals.
Yeah.
I finally learned what prime is. Just now.
Yep.
I guess Joe and Freddie were yelling at Sam and George last night. Or was it this morning? Because yeah, every time they turn around, they're fucking sitting in the bed.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You gotta wait for the dryer to catch up, but there's always other things to do. You have fucking two guys on one line. It's a one line run. If Joe knew how to supervise better, he could have had one of them doing something and the other one doing better.
Well, considering you were running Septon, you could have had one of them making fucking Septon.
Well, that. The reason the job was going to be over at 8:45 this morning, that was when the Septon was supposed to last.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we didn't have Septon, that's right.
No, that was it. What I had upstairs at the end there, I think the last time you walked over there, I had that half a box on and then that partial box on the side that I kept going back and forth with.
Yeah.
That was the end of that oil with Septon stuff, the 4077. That was the end of that. They were supposed to finish that Septon out. And then take whatever was left for that ad and put it on line 4. Because line 4 was running the same ad.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting it, put it over there. Yeah, Joe said he ran line 4 on Tim's shift. He admitted a couple weeks ago, last week, that he doesn't know how to run line 1. Actually, I wanted to look at him and go, stop touching the fucking controls. Every time I turn around, he's over there playing with him.
He doesn't know how to run a line, period.
Oh, Freddie caught him one day. He was over there with everything was good. Jared gave us a thumbs up, go prime. Color was mint. Pellet size was perfect. Like everything was like the stars aligned. Everything was good. Let's go. And it was a big job. It was like 20-something thousand kilograms. Full night run. Everything was gonna be mint. Reworking rubber. Easy night. And then Joe got in there. Went into the heat zones instead of changing them around. For whatever fucking reason. But what did he say this morning? If you make any little change, you gotta go and let QC know. I was like, how do you want me to do that when Freddie's over there? He'll fucking change the heat zone. I don't know. Or he'll change the rate on something. I don't think Freddie's gonna go into Jared every single time we make a change. And tell him.
Shouldn't be making any changes unless Jared comes out and says, hey, something's bad, you need to do something.
Well, I've noticed with Freddie that I don't want to say like that. I don't want to give him a big ego, but like he does know what the fuck he's doing, so he can look at the pellet and go, "That's supposed to be a little darker. I'm gonna go into these 2 heat zones and bring them up a little bit. Ta-da! Look, it fixed it." That's what we did this morning.
Yeah.
At one of the first time that I was sucking air up on the Septon. I literally went to go take a piss. Literally. Pulled it all the way up like you did to make the pile on top of the wand.
Yeah.
Speed walked over to the bathroom to take a piss. By the time I walked back over, it was throwing an alarm.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck? And then Freddie came up. He's like, what? I was like, dude, I went to go take a piss. I'm sorry. I've been standing here for the last hour and I've had to pee. And he just looked at me smiling. He's like, it's okay. We will fix the problem. So having to come back to that, obviously the color goes fuck wonky.
Yes.
We got it back good, but Jared said it was a little too light. So he changed 2 of the heat zones. He brought the temp up on 2 of the heat zones. And it fucking, within 5 minutes it was fine. Woo! Burn my face.
Yeah, right. Fire breather. Hold on. Just throw some of that on there.
Yeah, it's empty. Stretch. 1 hour and 38 minutes.
What?
Your phone's been going.
Hey, don't do that.
I'm pretty against that extinction too. So. Ooh.
Get out of here. Go. Get. Fucker. Hi. Get the shit out of here.
I've literally been standing there for the past like 30 seconds.
Well, because I was like, oh, I gotta get this moth out of here. I heard something.
When you did that, I was literally right there at the window.
I didn't even see you. And then I'm sitting there because I know moving her around makes noises. So I hear like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, what is that?
Something's doing it anyway.
Yeah, I know. I heard that, and I was like, what the fuck's moving around? Hi. How you doing?
Hey. Light. Zappy zap.
Don't forget, you still get that camera running on that, too.
If that's just still running.
It was flashing blue last I saw.
Yep, man, it's still running. Yep, it's still running.
Make sure we bring that in.
Yes. Set off and
I want to go see if Derek makes it back in the goddamn outlaw car on the highway.
yes.
I'm going to finish watching it.
Here we go. We can create a YouTube channel about us watching YouTube videos.
Camping / watching Bicycle Garage. No. In case you guys didn't hear, this is what's going on. We'll cover a bunch of different people. Van City, Derek. And in case you haven't caught their newest video, this is what Derek's got going on this week. No.
Yeah, leave that there. I don't think it's supposed to rain tonight.
No, sometime tomorrow. Your phone's looking at us.
My phone's watching us, so. Weather. Pascalog. Possible rain overnight.
That's not what my phone says. It says around 9 tomorrow morning, there's 40% chance, and that's it. What?
Mine says come 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, you got a 30% chance. 7 o'clock, 45, 66, 82, 84.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow. But
Yeah, I think it's supposed to rain in the morning.
the rest of the day is supposed to be fine. Not that I have any plans.
Nope, it's fucking camping.
Trip to Walmart. It's already on.
Yeah.
I turned it on when we got here.
Fire them off the tin. Let me show you something.
Hot spot on this side here. Isn't that drink anything?
Yes. One,
That was the
in
first
living
ever.
color.
That was the first ever appearance, I think, of him.
Yes, he started out on a living color. Step in that, that's fine. Found the hot spot.
Doing a hell of a job, Tim. Hey, you missed the spot. You're not looking. Missed the spot.
I think that's good.
I think we're good. Just, yeah. I was gonna say, just leave it over here. All right. And nighttime.
Hey.